What is up, YouTube? AKA Project Breakdown Time. At AKA Delta, or whatever else you want to call it. Yeah, remember to explain this because Project Breakdown, but hey, this is where we ball, right? Yeah, I'm going to just show run pattern. Here we can do a quick intro of the track. Yeah, you get the point. Stream that everywhere. You know the deal. SoundCloud, Spotify. Man, I actually need to promote this stuff better. Anyways, where we at? Okay, so I checked out the folder initially. On this quick. If Windows won't lag out on me. Alright, hype. So this file was made 11/12/2023. So we're about a year old on this one. It's been an old file, but hey, it's out. Um, yeah. So I guess we'll just break down, keep it quick. Hopefully under 20 minutes or something. I doubt it because I'll go on some random tangent. But yeah, if there's any questions, whatever, comment on this and unedited, just like of one shot. So we'll see how we send this. So let's just start with intro. Alrighty, so as you can hear probably in the background, there's you can turn it off, but I have this little white noise in going. I think it cuts off around. So yeah, so it cuts around once the intro kicks in, like all the main layers, impacts, things like that. But it's beginning and start of it, just sitting there. I don't know. I just want some airiness to it, so that I'll just mute it for now. Here's the iconic inner layer built out. Yeah, I love writing in F major D minor, so that's where I started with this one. I did not start with the intro initially, so this was probably more towards later half of the project start. Um, I like minimal starts honestly, just introducing the elements and not necessarily elements that will be in the drop, but at least like the atmosphere, right? Also in the back we have this cool layer. Alright, if I remember correctly, this is just unwarped. Okay, so this is a sick effect I love using, honestly. I need to use more, but so this is the other lead stone that fills up the layer. It'll plant. Turn these off. Plant is goated. Like the presets in it, there's tons, and then obviously you can innovate from there with the cool feature. I won't say genome feature. But I just came across this one lead sound. And I was like, a sucker for like squarey lead sounds. So this kind of is a little adjacent to it, but not too video game sounding. It still is, but it still has a little more minimalist modesty to it. Cool. Anyways, I decided to use hybrid reverb because I don't ever used it, so I slapped it on. I think it's just stock. Like, actually no, I love Shimmer. Yeah, so Shimmer has these really cool artifacts on the side, and then I cut out the low because I don't know why. Honestly, there was no low end on that, so I don't know why I cut it. It's not. Let's check out here, automation. I have a filter somewhere. Damn. Alright, I guess I just did not use it. Oh, okay, it's up there. I was not sure for a second. Dang. So moving on. Let's see. Okay, so this was basically just cut and double time. So I literally I bounced this out. I think you can tell here. Oh, that's cool. So I hit it on the impact as well. X, there's only one there. Just a swoosh sound. But all I did for this was half time it, so it sounds really stretched out, and with the reverb and stuff, it's came out pretty decent. It's just like a cool, subtle way to introduce that layer. Because it's like not the same time, it's, you know, slower of course, and it's just stretched out. There's some artifacts because I kind of just left in complex mode. Yeah, how it is. There's where the build is. Let's see what other layers we got. Vital is one of my main ways. I can get around Serum, I just haven't bought it, so that's it. But here we go. Good ol' synth. Sure the camera grabs that. Yeah, just typical, you know, little art piece to complement it. I really like this one also. Pretty sure I just duplicated and then change it to triangle wave. You know, complements a lot. Of course, good old green local. We'll process the hell of it. I don't know why overdrive's on here. I just realized. It actually has a lot more white noise than I realized, but I guess it all just goes together well within the composition. Then we have a basic clap here. Okay, so here's the cool part about this was, so typically your drop will be 33 or 25 or something. There are a few songs that kind of, I want to say inspired me to do kind of a little fake out. So there's a forward up fake out. The drop doesn't hit until 33, so the huge are 16 bars, but it starts 4 bars earlier. Sorry to all the DJs that ever have to DJ this song because it's 4 bars, but you know, live, it's still in time. It just felt right for it. I know Leave Me Alone by Freddie Gibbs has some fake outs. Same with Knock 2 with Dasher, things like that. Or Radial, I know by ISO and him. Had that, so I was just like, might as well give it a try. Of course, we ended up at the GOAT. The whole idea started from Slayer. Shout out Leo Tricks Patreon for that sample. Cool stuff, but yeah, I came across it and I was like, dang, not in a key I like, so I pitched it up 6, which would go to D sharp. Let me look at my keyboard. God. Is it up on A, I guess? A minor? Maybe this is out of key. And looks like I pressed it a little bit. A lot of this honestly was unnecessary. Like this multi-beam compression limiter, I don't know why that's there. Where's this reverb? At the very end, so that's like outro stuff. Anyways, this is like literally where the song came from. What's this? So that's the root, or I guess the cornerstone of this whole project is right there. Now moving on, fun part. So pitch it up 18, which is like plus an octave from bass part. Or you fake out. You want the sauce? There's your sauce. There's your sauce. Didn't put on max mix because it sounds a little too choppy, but you know, so we get those cool vocal effects, etc. Down below is also. So yeah, so it looks like I pitch it down 2 octaves, and then I bounced this one up here. That's in time. Dropped it 2 octaves, and then stretched it half. Cut out the lows because that's obviously gonna be a little more bassier. I think it sounds good. And on the other hit, we just have this weird one shot. Just wanted to. Yeah, came together pretty solid. I say. Up top, also had, I think, another one that's an octave up. Or no, just the main melody again. But on its bass though. So layering goes well. No, sounds good together. That's probably my favorite part of this section, this song, in all honesty, is just like. It just goes together so well. We can do drums in a quick second, but it's all the same layers from before the drop. It's just, you know, slightly different melodies and so on, variations. And typically, you'd probably have the second drop go here after. So if we're talking about here 16, 16 drop, but here I wanted to add another 16 just to add more length to the song because I honestly like the feeling of the song. This one is probably not as technically like advanced or however you want to call it compared to other EDM songs. It's has groove and rhythm, so might as well write out with that as the main component. Another cool little like subtractive section. You get the point. It was just to keep the tension, but also that energy at a lower level. Anyway, let's go to drums. So. Pretty basic. We got kicky. I didn't think this kind of a weird layer to use, but it works. Had that good transient in the beginning. Click. Clap is just some dubstep clap. Good old. I wonder if I cropped it. Sometimes I like to cut off the transient so it doesn't smash with the kick as much. That sounds a little more subtle. Anyways, here's a trigger for sidechain. It's MIDI for this, at least for Ableton. Hats, just classic, you know. Okay, so I slapped. This is kind of maybe a little bit too redundant, but I put dynamic, which you basically randomize the velocity of the MIDI note, but then also within it, as you can see, I lower them in every 16th note. Every other one is going to be like lower velocity, so it sounds a little more. So instead of hearing, we're to hear this. They're all the same velocity, so there's no different levels. But if you layer them together, there's just a lot more groove to it, and you can hear it. So, what I went about with the hat, that's the main driving hat layer. Down below, let's see. Got somatics. Ah, of course, and then your open hats, which I love about house music or four on the floor. Like that plus the kick, the classic boots and cats thing. Priceless. Yeah, so that's pretty much for the main drop and then into the next. The build, pretty much similar, same. Another fake out, same four drop. So this is where the filter comes in, yeah. So I didn't really want all the layers clashing if I was going to combine them as much, because as you can see, first trap is just piano, fake piano by itself, but this of course integrates the synth layer, so that stuff is in here, but in the background. I don't want it in the foreground, so leave it slowly. Oh, it doesn't open up at all. Yeah, it's just a little more layers into it, a little more cohesion, gluing all the elements together by adding this addition. But the top's still the same, essentially. So the main high layer and then the stretched out. Yeah, and of course, I'm sorry about the order about this, but let's go back up to sub. Forgot to show that off. It's the same one throughout. Probably should start not making this my default, because I have a template that opens when you use Ableton, which is probably the worst idea to do, but here's a sub, it's just operator. I don't know why I put 9 dB onto it when I'm going to slow pass it, but I like kind of having those harmonics. I know I don't want to see focus on them too much, but they exist, they're cool. Just makes it a little more present on the top layer. Yeah, you have your little high layer. I like layering that to as well. Make the sub come in a little more present out, but it's still subtle. And one thing I remember focusing on too, I think for this one was putting spaces. So like obviously putting space for the sub, because sometimes it's easy to have sustained notes across like you can see here. But I think as many other people have said, so, countless short videos, etc. Like it's not. It kills the feeling of the sub because it's a feeling with that low of a note. There's not really like melody there, but it drives the song forward. So by having space, it kind of punches a little harder. Like on that offbeat, you can hear that. It has bounce to it. But it has to be subtle. It's not even like, I think this bass is maybe 3 notes. Like it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It's just add spaces to it. It just adds direction and I don't know how you want to call it. Train of thought or just it just kind of just keeps it consistent, right? But also adds variety by having the spaces. But yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I guess we can go into the outro. Um, Outros I like to add a little differences to them, so I think still here. It was cool to just omit this section here with the synth plant layer, so it just goes. and it is atras like that. See the revert or the hybrid filter, of course. Then, oh, and the filter opens as well, as you can see here. Because high frequencies control the brightness of a reverb, so by cutting it low, you get that more mellower. But once it opens up, all the rest of the frequency is released, so it has a fuller sound to it. It's cool. Then at the bottom, I think this is just bounce in case that, yeah, bouncer stuff in case you don't know if your plugins are going to. Let's see. Cool little riser down here. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole track as a whole. Um, I wouldn't say there's much else to really add to it. Honestly, I think I covered most of it. Definitely a really fun composition together, of course. And yeah, don't forget to listen to it, stream it. The whole EP Scatter is out. Dropped last week. It's probably my best work to date. Yeah, it's a definitely try one for breakdowns because I've been procrastinating for a long time, but I really think it's something that I enjoy doing. So expect more of these. So for the buddies out there, thank you guys for helping out with this project. You guys know who. Would love feedback on these videos for sure. See how I can make it better or more straightforward. That's all I got right now. So this is the powder breakdown concluding. So like, subscribe, comment. The memes ensue. Alrighty guys, I'm out of here.